Okay, let's move on to lesson number 2, everyone. First, you need to open robosim. Log in, okay. Open it up and then log in. Next, we'll go to the training menu. And we will select the Intelligent Logistics lesson. Go into the first lesson, your very first one. Alright, here is the competition arena and the sample robot. First, let's take a look at this robot's mission on the field by running the built-in program. First, the robot will go through this section for authentication. After that, it will return to enter the customer information. To get the ID, at this point, the AI camera will read the ID. Then it will head back to the package location where the packages are kept. For example, if the ID is 1, it will turn to package number 1 to pick it up. Once it picks up the correct package, it earns 80 points. Then it returns to the drop-off area to deliver the goods. And upon a successful delivery, it gets another 80 points. Next, it goes to the inventory processing area to process the inventory, and then to the customer information processing area. I'll also briefly explain the components of this robot. It has 5 sensors for line following. There's an AI camera. There's a pusher motor, but it's not being used yet. This is a chip for authentication or processing validation. And this is a mini servo motor.
Alright.
That's a quick overview of this robot's build. And here is the sample programming. As you can see, it's all in Chinese. Now we'll go over here to build our own robot. We'll remove this robot and just keep the parts that we actually need. Usually I'll keep You can take whichever one you want. This is the AI camera. This is the magnetic card reader. This one is for the card. The AI camera. And the light. The light, okay.
Right.
So I'll bring in a robot and reattach these parts. We can reattach them, or just use the sample robot to make it easier. So we'll use the sample robot. Typically, people use the Racing Car 3 model.
Okay.
This robot comes with an integrated line following module. This is for line following. It doesn't need 5 separate sensors, which is complicated. It has this built-in module, so we'll use this one. This structure is also very stable for our purposes. Now, we're going to modify it. So, I don't need this distance sensor, so let's delete it. Get rid of it.
Okay.
Note that we should also delete these 2 parts because they stick out and make assembly difficult. Delete those 2 as well. Next, to keep it clean, we'll remove this arm. Delete the arm. Set this aside for now.
All right.
I'm going to install a replacement beam here. You can use this center beam. Take this center beam, size 13. We'll replace these pins. Use this beam to replace this section. I accidentally deleted the I'll Control plus Z to undo that mistake. Deleted the wrong thing. Here I will. Control. I'll take this one out. Okay, that's fine. Speed is 70. We can move forward here. This robot can move over to this side. If I test it and it spins, it's because one motor's direction hasn't been reversed. When you install them on opposite sides, one will be going the wrong way. That's why we have to reverse one to compensate. Then it will move forward correctly. Whether it goes forward, backward, or any direction depends on your design. That's why they allow us to program that. Usually you'll set it on the left. Okay, what value should we use here? Let's adjust it a bit. For example, 190. And we'll go to this point. If we follow a longer segment, say 500, you'll see it run straight across to this side. The larger the value, the further it will travel. This helps us understand how it follows the line. So that's line following. Now we'll follow. For instance, earlier we followed for 190. Then we'll follow this black line. Any black line out here is called, well, relative to the robot. It's the left line. But in the programming, it's mirrored and referred to as the right line. The module is called right detection. Okay, if you run this, you'll see it stops exactly on that line. It stops right on this black line. This module will automatically position itself on this line. Now, from here, we can continue straight along this line or turn onto this other path. It depends on which mission you want to complete. Let's assume we want to turn left. You need to nudge forward a bit, so the sensor clears the black line to avoid errors. So, we nudge it up. To do that, we use the forward command. We'll move forward just a tiny bit, maybe using ticks. For example, a forward distance of 80 just to clear that line. Let's let it move past the line. There, now we can start turning. You can turn left or right as needed. Here, we'll turn left. At this point, the line following module has already partially cleared the line, so if we If we go straight, it will run over the pink line. If we go straight, it hits this line. We shouldn't go straight. We should turn to be safe. So, to turn, we'll use the turn command. Whether turning right or left, let's try turning left first. If we turn left, the left motor speed must be reversed. Since it's reversed, it's a negative value, like -50.
5.
6. For the fourth one, I'll set it to. Now, I see that number 5 is a bit risky because it's almost at the point where we turn. It might be too much. It depends. In this case, the safe bet is to use number 4.